News Channel 5 on your site presents Kaleidoscope, focusing on people who make a difference in Northeast Ohio communities.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good to have you with me today. The Cleveland Browns Foundation has been busy over the past year making an impact on the lives of children, and the Vice President, Renee Harvey, is here of the Cleveland Browns Foundation. She's here to give us an update. Later on, we'll hear from Cleveland City Councilman Jeff Johnson, who will tell us about the 2016 Glenville Community Festival. And on the broadcast after that, the Deputy Director of the Cleveland Job Corps, Joe Pearson, will join us and explain how his organization is preparing young adults for the future. And with him will be Samantha Russo, a student with the Cleveland Job Corps. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope, and glad to have you with me. And so we begin, beginning with Renee Harvey, Vice President of the Cleveland Browns Foundation. Hey,
Great
Renee.
to see you. Great to see you.
Good to see you. How are things over at the Cleveland Browns?
Getting exciting, heading into football, right around the corner.
My favorite football team, professional football team, the Cleveland Browns. Let's hope we make a run for it this year.
I hope so.
That's the goal. But you're dealing with the Cleveland Browns Foundation. What is that?
Our foundation is our philanthropic arm of the organization. We are a public entity, and we actually started in 1999, but under new leadership, we have a new mission, a refined mission with Dee Haslam's leadership. And we really focus on education and youth development in Cleveland throughout Northeast Ohio. And really what we try to do is remove and reduce barriers and provide tools and assets for kids so that as they go through school and life, they have everything they need so that they have a lifetime of independence and success.
Yeah, how can you do that now? I know you've got something called You Can Make It campaign and Get to School campaign.
Yes. So that's one of our partnerships. We have several partnerships with local nonprofits that we give grants to. And that is one through Cleveland Metropolitan School District, and CEO Eric Gordon had approached us with a campaign they had for their attendance campaign, and realizing that attendance was really an important area for overall academic success for students, and really felt that we could support those efforts. So what we love about that partnership is we really feel like every child deserves a high-quality education. Really happy to partner with them, and we're able to really leverage a lot of resources throughout our entire organization. So players going to school assemblies and recording messages and giving kids customized certificates for their accomplishments. But we've also been able to bring some of our corporate partners on board. I know Channel 5 has joined the effort, and also Arby's Foundation has come on board. Their foundation is very complementary to what we do, and they want to make sure that children have the nourishment and the education and the community support they need. So they're doing some great things to complement the work too.
So you use some of the star power of the Cleveland Browns, athletes that the kids would know.
We do.
To bring in and talk about a very serious subject on the importance of education.
We do, and we really feel that you know, the attendance campaign had a great first year. There are over 2,300 additional kids that are on track with their attendance, which is amazing, and that's a lot of hard work by the Cleveland Metropolitan School District staff. They're phone banking and knocking on doors, so it's a really wide array of things that are done, but we really feel that the ability to bring in the players and add that, as well as you know, some elements in bringing kids to games and doing some fun things like that can really help change some behaviors too.
Now, you've got a partnership with the Achievement Centers for Children for the Adapted Football League.
Yes.
Tell me about the Adapted.
It's a really amazing program. This is, we're in the middle of our 6th season. It's run and operated through the Achievement Centers for Children, which is a fabulous organization, and it provides children and young adults with special needs the ability to play the game. And oftentimes this is one of the first opportunities that kids have had to play the sport, and this provides them social interaction, development, and they get pretty competitive. It's an amazing program. We have 150 volunteers. They actually outnumber the participants, so there's more than a 1-to-1 ratio, which is really amazing, and we just hear some fantastic stories from the parents and the families who participate that they never thought they'd be on the sideline cheering for their child.
We're looking at some of the pictures of we were just looking at some of the pictures of some of the children with the footballs, and they're just having a wonderful time.
They're having a fantastic
Those smiles on the children's faces, that's what it's all about, right?
It is. It absolutely is. And then, again, the stories that we hear from the parents, we may not have the data and the metrics behind them like we do for some of our educational programs, but this program is nothing short of amazing, and you can see the interaction between the volunteers, and you know, we send our players out to enjoy and participate in the programs as well. We'll host an all-star game in a few weeks at our facility and make them feel like absolute all-stars. They have a really good time.
Maybe there's a parent out there who would like to get more information on this. They can contact you.
Absolutely. Our Cleveland Browns Foundation website, absolutely.
And they can go to clevelandbrowns.com/foundation. More information on everything we're talking about. We're getting ready for the football season. I know you don't call the X's and the O's.
No.
We've got other folks who do that.
We do. Great folks who
But
do that.
look into your crystal ball. What are you thinking about the Browns this year?
You know, I'll tell you, there's an energy in the building. Hugh Jackson, Coach Jackson brings, you know, this different air and this different sense in the building. And I think the team that he has around him with Sashi Brown, Paul DePodesta, I think it's going to be something different. And I think we could sense that from the draft. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's in store for the season.
Yeah. Now, the NFL, the National Football League, has asked the teams to do the kinds of things that you're doing, have all these foundations. This is all part of what the family, the NFL, is talking about.
It is. I think, you know, across the league, I think, you know, every team, every owner understands the platform that we have, the sense of responsibility that we have to be good corporate citizens, and what you'll find in each NFL market is different based on the needs of those, you know, those cities. But I think we're no different. But the commitment, I can tell you from Dee and Jimmy Haslam, is phenomenal, and it's part of our mission, it's part of our organization, and it's who we are from the top all the way down.
You've been there longer than some of the ball players themselves. 14 years you were
A lot older than them, too.
Well, aren't we all? Not all of us, but many of us are. But that's the name of the game, is to have a positive footprint and handprint in the greater Cleveland area.
We hope so, and we hope we're doing our part.
Yeah, and you certainly are. We appreciate you being with us. Renee Harvey is Vice President for the Cleveland Browns Foundation, and telling us a little bit about what the foundation is doing and a little bit about what the football team's doing, too. We'll get the coach in. We'll have the sports guys
Great.
talk
Please
to Coach
do. Better
Jackson.
him than me.
We'll let him handle the X and the O's. Thank you so much, Renee Harvey. This is Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. I'm going to take a break in just a moment. In a moment, we'll be right back with Jeff Johnson, City Councilman. He's going to talk about the Glenville Community Festival being held here in the city. Back in just a moment. Welcome back to Kaleidoscope. A little bit of City Hall. Well, I should say a big bit of City Hall is here. Councilman Jeff Johnson, councilman from Ward 10 on the east side of Cleveland, from the Glenville neighborhood. How are you, Jeff?
I'm doing great. You know,
always good to see you,
We're doing well
Jeff.
over in your old neighborhood.
Yeah, the old neighborhood. Jeff and I, we grew up on the same street.
Same street.
And you're still living on the same street.
I'm still living on the same street over on near East Boulevard.
Yeah, he and I were about 4 or
Parkgate.
5 houses apart or so.
Absolutely.
Good to see.
years. Good years. Gold Coast.
Yeah,
Remember?
Gold Coast.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready for the Glenville Community Festival. Tell us about that. Well, what happens at that festival?
Well, you know, it's his 39th year. It started with Mike White when Mike was councilman, and we've carried it along ever since. And each year we try to make sure we have what people love to do, and that is just come hang out with their neighbors. And we have 5 stages of music. We have live entertainment. Every year we try to have, you know, a top-notch acts. This year we have Eric Nolan, who's a member of the OJs. You know, he has his own solo career. Odyssey and Company, as well as the Williams Project. Then we have the parade. We start off at 9 a.m. with the 5K walk and run. Then we go with the parade at 10, and then the festival at 12 till 8 o'clock at night. So it's a full day of activity.
That's going to be Saturday, August the 13th.
August 13th. You know, but it's not just a party. It's not just fun and games. We provide scholarships from the money we raise. This year, 3 students from Glenville High and 3 students from Collinwood High are receiving scholarships to help them when they go to college. Yeah. So that's one of the things we do, and we just. You know, we also have amateur youth championship boxing. We're the only ones in the city that does outdoor, under the sun boxing. Yeah. And we have Children's Village and Seniors Village. So Glenville Festival is different than usually what you see. You can do different things at the same time. Yeah.
You're going to have this at Sam Miller Park, right?
Sam Miller Park, which is 88th and St. Clair Avenue. You're right across from the greenhouse. Yeah.
And the parade itself, where's the parade going to be?
We're going to start at 105th and Superior, and then go down 105th Street, which is, you know, is the artery down Main Glenville.
The main thoroughfare.
And go north up Glenville, up 105th Street, and then we hit St. Clair, turn, go west, turn left, go west, and we end at 88th. So we start at 105 at Superior, we end at 88th in St. Clair. Takes about 2 hours, and we have about 50, you know, entries when it comes to floats and different things, and we have fun. Yeah. We just have fun that day. And but it's you know, at a time when Glenville's going through change and we're trying to stabilize and fight the issues of any inner city neighborhood, this really is one of those days that people just remember how it was.
Yeah. The Glenville neighborhood is on the northeast side of Cleveland. It is an historic neighborhood.
It is.
And you build on that history that goes all the way back to the turn of the last century.
Absolutely.
To the 1900s.
1900s when it was once called the Village of Glens.
Yeah.
And included part of Bradenall. People don't realize that the Village of Glens also involved all the area of Bradenall. But when they incorporated, Bradenall broke off. Glenville was there, and it was it was considered a Gold Coast. We still have significant numbers of homeowner-occupied homes. We still have beautiful historic homes, and we're just fighting to deal with the impact of the housing crisis.
Right, and everybody is dealing with that.
Everybody's dealing with that.
One of the things I like to talk about Glenville is Superman was born in the Glenville neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Not born on Krypton, but born on Kimberly Avenue. Siegel and Schuster, two Glenville High School students in the 1930s, created Superman. So we like to say even Superman is from Glenville.
And we do incorporate that within the festival. You know, because we also, I really want to make sure I mention the sponsors, of course, but Superman, we have that big sign right there, 105 in St. Clair. But Shalegla Drug, as well as Neon, are the main ones, along with Ozan and Third Federal and Dave's Supermarket. So we have a great team that's been put together for us on this. But Glenville, we're so proud of what we're doing in Glenville. The East Side Market is about to reopen at the end of the year. So we're fighting, and we're trying to continue to move forward.
Why do you think it's important to have this festival on Saturday, August the 13th? The parade starts at 10 o'clock in the morning, by the way, and the festival goes all day long from noon until 8 o'clock in the evening over at Sam Miller Park, East 88th in St. Clair. Why is it important to hold this festival?
A number of reasons. One, the tradition. When it comes to neighborhoods, there's a pride and confidence in your neighborhood is important. To be able to come and continue to go to the same spot every year, to see neighbors you may have not seen because they're from other parts of Glenville. And of course we have people from Huff and Collinwood come as well. It's not just Glenville residents. And it brings together the community. It's a family-oriented. We have the security there, we have the safety there, we have rules, for example, no backpacks. So it's a safe environment. Yeah. And we really want just to continue to let folks know that we have not given up on the neighborhood, that we're investing our times. And the festival is one way to show that continuously every year. It's predictable, people can expect it, and they have fun, And we're going to continue to fight to bring people together, and this does that. Yeah,
it is one of my favorite parts of the city, one of my favorite parts, because of the Cleveland Cultural Gardens are right in the heart of the Glenville neighborhood, and they are world renowned.
This is the 100th year. Yeah, the 100th year of
the 100th year, and I'm going to be involved in that somewhere or another. I know I'm going to be involved in that.
Excellent. In the African American Garden, we have finished phase 1, and so. You're at Rockefeller Park is really, as well as proximity to the lake, Glenville is really a strong and historic and vibrant neighborhood that deserves to continue to be supported.
Began as the Village of Glen.
That's right. Yeah. Absolutely.
And now it's part of the city. Cleveland been part of the city for, well, ever since I came along.
Exactly. And gave birth to us.
Yeah, gave birth to us. It's where it all began for both of us. Okay. Right down the street from each other, too. Always good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, too.
Okay, once again, it's got the Glenville Community Festival. It's going to be Saturday, August the 13th at Sam Miller Park, East 88th Street in St. Clair. But the parade itself begins at Superior and East 105th Street and goes north on East 105th Street. And everything starts at 8 o'clock in the morning and goes until, well, starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, I guess.
For the 5K walk.
For the 5K walk, and goes on into sunset almost.
And Famicos is overseeing that foundation, Famicos Foundation.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
All right, look great.
The city councilman from Ward 10, City of Cleveland. Thank you, Jeff. I'll take a break and be back in just a moment. We're going to talk about a job training program at Cleveland Job Corps after this. You're in touch with Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. Always glad to have you with me. Cleveland Job Corps trains young adults for a variety of careers. Deputy Director Joe Pearson is here to talk about the organization's mission and the types of opportunities available to students like Samantha Russo, who is also here as well today. Good to have you both with us. Samantha Russo, Joe Pearson.
Thank you.
Yeah. Joe, you're Deputy Director, Cleveland Job Corps, brand new to Cleveland. First off, welcome to Cleveland.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you here. Refresh us as to what the mission is of the Cleveland Job Corps.
Well, Job Corps came into being in 1965, instituted by President Johnson. And at that time, it was brought into being to provide young people with training in order to go out and get jobs.
Yeah.
And it's been going ever since then. And we now have 125 centers throughout the United States, and well over 55,000 students are attending our programs.
Yeah, and your program right now is over at East 140th and Coit
Yes, it
Road.
is.
That's on the northeast side of Cleveland. What kind of job training? Just a couple of them. What kind of job training do you have?
Well, like with Samantha here, she's a medical assistant. We also have nursing assistant, medical office support, and then we also have like bricklaying, we have carpentry, and also facility maintenance.
Yeah. Well, Samantha, you're from Greater Cleveland area. You were telling me you're from Avon, the Avon area.
Yes.
Why did you choose the Job Corps for the medical training that you're getting?
I chose Cleveland Job Corps because when I graduated from high school, I didn't really personally know what I wanted to do with my life. And my sister actually is really good at like finding things out on the internet. So she had found Cleveland Job Corps and she told me about it. And I've always wanted to be a medical assistant. So when I found out that they had that program, I thought, oh, this is perfect. And I wanted to get my life back together and get a great career. And I just went through with the whole enrollment process.
Now, how long is your training for this program?
The medical assistant is about 6 to 9 months.
Now, Joe, she can find a job
Yes.
when she finishes this training. I mean, that's the goal, is
That is the goal.
Get them in the pipeline.
As a matter of fact, she has to take 4 certifications, and
Yes.
these are state certifications that she has.
Yeah.
That makes her well qualified to go out and get a job.
How is it going for you? Are you finding it open to you? Are you finding what you need?
Yes, I love the program so far. I have a wonderful instructor. She is a great instructor. She teaches us everything we know, and she will definitely help you with anything you need, going along with the program.
Yeah. Joe, somebody out there is saying, hey, maybe I can do that too. Maybe I can get in one of those programs. What's the process of getting into the Job Corps?
Well, we do have our own outreach and admissions counselors, and they can get in contact with them by calling our main number there, and they will then invite them out for a tour, and then we would give them the application packet, and they fill it out. We have to do a background check on them, and then it's just a matter of finding a slot for them and getting them into the program.
Yeah. What about the cost of going to school?
You know, this is probably one of the best kept secrets in the federal government because it's free. We are subsidized by the federal government, and everything that these students receive is taken care of by the federal government.
You might want to say that again, because somebody probably said, I think I heard him say it was free.
Yes, I'll say it again. It is free. It is provided by the federal government.
And people can contact you and get more information on everything we're talking about. Why don't we get a phone number on the screen? 800 Job Corps, JOBCORPS, 800 Job Corps, or you can go to clevelandjobcorps.gov, clevelandjobcorps.gov. And by the way, Corps is spelled C-O-R-P-S, clevelandjobcorps.gov. What are you finding other students are saying there? You've made friends there. You've got other people there that you work with. What are they saying about what they're getting?
It is definitely all about multicultural awareness. We have a lot of students from all different backgrounds and ethnicities, and I personally love seeing everybody come together, and they say that they love it. I have friends from all different, bricklaying, carpentry. I kind of got in with everybody, and from what they're saying, they love doing their trade, and, we're all kind of in the same boat, so they hope to find a job as well.
Is there an age requirement regarding this?
Between 16 and 24.
So these are those formative years.
Those formative years that you can come in. As a matter of fact, not only can you get training, but we also provide you with a way of getting a high school diploma also.
Tell me about that, Joe. How does that work?
Well, once you become a student, matter of fact, everybody that comes in, they have to take a reading and a math test because we want to make sure that everybody's at least on the 8th grade level when it comes to reading and math. And then we provide it through Penn Foster so that you can go through and actually earn your high school diploma if you did not have it before you came.
Yeah. Now, is there a residential?
Yes.
Students live on the campus.
Yes. We are our own little city. We have our own campus. We have our own cafeteria. We have our own dormitories. We have our own medical facility, transportation, everything. Everything's taken care of.
And once again, that is free.
Yes, it is.
All you got to do is just show up.
Just show up.
And do do the right thing.
Do the right thing. Like we have students here from Cincinnati and Columbus and Indianapolis, and then once they are accepted into the program, we provide transportation for them to get here.
Yeah. Cleveland Job Corps is located at East 140th Street and Coit Road. That is on the northeast side of the city of Cleveland. And you can contact the Job Corps by going to 800 Job Corps phone number, or you can go to clevelandjobcorps.gov, get more information on everything we're talking about. This satisfies your soul, doesn't it?
Yes.
The Job Corps. And you're ready for that job as a medical worker inside the medical profession?
Yes, because not only do you get the certifications, but they also train you on how, to go out into the workforce. So, they very well train you to get a job once you're done.
Doesn't get any better than that, does it, Joe Pearson?
No, it does not.
That's
no,
as
it
good
does
as it
not.
gets.
Good as it gets.
Okay.
And at least that lets you know that your federal government is finding ways to get the jobs for these young people.
Okay, many thanks for being on the broadcast. Joe Pearson, Deputy Director of the Cleveland Job Corps, and Samantha Russo, student at the Cleveland Job Corps. And once again, welcome to Cleveland. Good to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Okay. All right. I'll take a break. I'll be right back with Marsha Maccabee, the Urban League, right after this. Before Marsha Maccabee and I start our weekly conversation, I'd like to tell you about a noteworthy event taking place at Shaker Heights High School, July 29th and 30th. It's a play entitled Our Town, and I'm playing one of the lead roles. Tickets are free, but you must reserve your seat by email at reservationsforourtown. That's numeral 4, reservationsforourtown@gmail.com. Please come out on July the 29th or the 30th, Shaker Heights High School, the play Our Town by Thornton Wilder. I've got a lead role in that, so I'd love to see you in the audience. Okay, Marsha.
And Leon, I'd love to be there, so I'll make sure I make arrangements to.
If I can remember my lines, we'll be okay. Our Town, it's a good play.
You always do very well, Leon. I've seen you in a number of productions, and you always do a stellar job.
What's on your mind today?
Well, I'll tell you, there's a lot to have on my mind now. It's such a busy time in our town. I mean, we just came off the great win with the Cavaliers, and we predicted on the show, we said, we think they're going to be champions, remember in our last segment, but if not, we applauded them for that game 7, and I mean that game 6. Yeah. So, in fact, they have been champions. We've been through the parade and all that. I mean, it's a high time in Cleveland. We've got the Republican National Convention going on here shortly. So, we're very busy at the Urban League preparing to participate with that, and just doing a number of things to help people to get access to jobs, to get access to education, and to develop their businesses.
And that's always the mission of the Urban League, all the 100 years or so that the Urban League's been around.
That's exactly right. And talking about 100 years, we'll be launching our centennial on December 1st of this year.
Well, good deal.
Yes.
That's going to do it for us, Marsha, and I appreciate you being with us. Take everybody and be well. Well, I'm glad that you're having a lot of fun with the Urban League and all of that.
This has been a presentation of News Channel 5's Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland.